In the 1990s, everybody, including snack companies, bought into the idea that it was an era of rude dudes with attitude. Sunglasses were the key ingredient to showing just how cool your brand was. And if you were 7-Up in the United States, your new mascot, Cool Spot, was your way of standing out to your audience. Commercials appeared with the 7-Up spots getting into all different kinds of trouble. And to continue promoting their brand to a younger audience, Spot the mascot was even included in several video games. Let's dive right into the manual for Spot for the NES, developed by Arcadia in 1990. Spotlight on Spot. Who is Spot? He's that ultra-cool, wild, and unpredictable 7-Up character whose crazy antics have been stirring up excitement on television screens throughout America. Prepare yourself to get down and boogie with those mischievous and totally fun-loving characters, because now, Spot has party-hopped onto your very own NES screen. See Spot perform 35 different animated moves, including roller skating, pole vaulting, moonwalking, or even breakdancing as he travels across a playboard that you can custom design. Now, see if you can outwit these little pranksters with some slick moves of your own. When they talk about customizable game boards and all these animations, you're starting to think that this game is going to be amazing. Then you start playing the game and it's Reversey, or Othello, or something like that. It's a board game. And yes, the boards are customizable, but that wasn't what I had in mind. The animations are actually extremely well done, but they're just movement animations, randomly selected from a bag of animations, and nothing to do with the gameplay itself. In the options menu, you can set the difficulty of the AI players, and you can set more than one if you want to. You can even set all 4 players to AI and watch them battle it out. You can disable the sound effects or even the spot animations from the options menu as well, which at that point literally makes this game no longer about Spot whatsoever. With animations disabled, it's just a board game. The music and sound effects that there are sorely lacking. They get repetitive quickly and can even grind on you. This certainly isn't the kind of game that will draw kids to your brand. Luckily, other Spot games were in the works, such as Cool Spot and Spot Goes to Hollywood. Today I'm sticking with Cool Spot for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, as that was a title that I rented as a kid. Virgin Games Incorporated in 1993 released this mascot-themed platformer and took Spot on his first major adventure. The gameplay is that of a typical 90s platformer. Jumping is key, collecting the 7-Up spots as they float are what you need to progress. Depending on the difficulty, the percentage of spots necessary to continue changes. Normal difficulty is 60% to beat the level and 85% to unlock a bonus level. In the bonus levels, you find the letters to spell Uncola, and each letter can be used as a continue throughout the game. Evidently, in the PAL versions of the game, you spell the word Virgin for the name of the developers. It seems as though they did this in other regions because 7-Up already had a mascot who wasn't Spot. I don't know, you can read up on Wikipedia yourself. Other items add time to the time limit of the level, add a larger percentage to your Spots collected meter, or restore your health. Spot also has the ability to fire off carbonation bubbles, I guess? These can be fired towards enemies, and standing still and aiming can be achieved by holding down the R button. Enemy placement, in my opinion, is one of the worst parts of the game. Sometimes it seems as though taking damage is unavoidable, and when you respawn after a death, an enemy might be right there to attack you right away. Other times enemies appear at the edge of the screen before you really have a chance to react, thanks to the speed at which Spot moves and the close-up view the game takes. When it comes to the graphics of this 16-bit classic, they actually hold up surprisingly well. In particular, the animations found in Cool Spot are extremely smooth. They obviously made the conscious decision that since the character sprite itself wasn't too detailed, that they should emphasize how it moved. Other enemies seem graphically fairly well detailed, but their animations are often simple 2-frame animations or something quite basic. The environments are the most detailed part of the game. They're fun to look at, and it's often entertaining to try and find subtle references or funny details throughout the game. The bonus levels themselves seem to take place inside of the green glass bottles of 1990s era 7-Up. The music and sound effects might not be the most amazing of any game you've ever heard, but but famous games composer Tommy Tallarico worked on the game. The music for each level fits the theme of the level fairly well, and is often inspired by some pop culture icons such as movies or well-known chart-topping music. The sound effects offer just enough variety to not get too annoying, but truth be told though, there aren't many, and even the few sounds that Spot makes can be reused for everything from pain to excitement. But what about a story? You might be surprised to find that in the manual, some thought was given to what Spot is up to. Let's give it a read. Breaking news. Spot and his friends, Spot, 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 and Spot, are in trouble, and they need help. Fast. Old news. For years, Wild Wicked Wily Will has been trying to capture a real live Spot to prove to the world that they really do exist. Up to date, they have never been spotted. Hot news. Now, Will may be about to get his wish. Bad news. Will, in a moment of true wickedness, put cunning Spot trap cages in all of the fun places where other Spot friends would be hanging out. Really bad news. The traps have worked all too well. There's now a Spot caught in every cage. Truly awful news. Will be back any minute to take them into captivity forever. Good news. You're here to save the day. You can help Spot, who has Spot cool shots, to spot the cages, free his fellow Spot friends, stop Will, and be a totally cool Spot. Spot to the rescue! Due to incredibly good planning, okay, you were actually out surfing at the time, you're the only Spot character that is still free to have a good time. All of the other Spot characters have been trapped in one of Wicked Will's cages. So there you were, being totally cool as usual, when a sign caught your eye. On it was pinned a hurriedly scribbled message, Hero Wanted. You, as Cool Spot, must rescue your friends before it's too late. You'll need to use your cool wits and your cool shot of bubbles in a race against time, good thing Will is a little slow, to free your friends from the traps. Are you up for it? Will you be cool enough before Will gets his wicked hands on them? That was actually kind of fun. At least it's a setting for the game. Sadly, however, the game itself doesn't convey any of that. Sometimes you find a Spot in a cage, sure, but you have no idea who put him there. There are no boss battles or enemies that make you feel like you're battling a particular foe. The game was instead released as part of a challenge, the goal of which was to beat the game on hard, earning your way into every bonus level to collect all of the letters to spell Uncola, and beating the game without using any of those continues, leaving you with the Uncola letters at the end of the game. It was still a promotional contest at the end of the day. While the platforming mechanics and controls are overall quite responsive and you can get a decent amount of fun playtime out of the game, if you're looking for the story of a soda mascot, it's going to take more than this Super Nintendo game to spot our story so far. Hey everybody, thanks for watching episode 46 of Our Story So Far TV. I know I usually like to say that I'll have a new episode ready for you in 2 weeks, but I recently suffered a hard drive failure and then some other problems with the computer. Then I have family in from out of town. It's just been a mess of a month. I'm really sorry. I'm doing my best to stick to the schedules, but I have a disaster recovery plan in place if this ever happens again. I have plans, but plans sometimes go awry. So I'm sorry it's been a little while, but I haven't given up. Nor should you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I really appreciate that. Share the link with your friends. It's always great. If you want to talk to me on Twitter, I'm at NewAngel, that's NUANGEL, or you can always just leave a comment below here in the videos. If you stumbled onto this video and don't know where to find more, you can always check us out at ourstorysofar.tv. That's where I have every episode archived in 1080p quality. As I just said, I really do like to have new episodes ready for you every 2 weeks, so you should be expecting one here very soon. Until next time, take care of yourself.